allegedly shocked a lot of people when it popped up on their screens. This was yet again another mega interview, allegedly, with the ex-royal known as Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex. This was all, of course, to plug the Invictus Games, which really did turn into something of another debacle, didn't it? I mean, whichever way you look at it, it seemed like a fashion show for Meghan Markle. They didn't wear the Invictus branding, and really, the backers are very concerned indeed. The interesting thing I find is whether Amazon, of course, will be one of the original backers. It doesn't look like it's going to happen when you look at the sponsorship so far. Again, as we have to say, allegedly, we're a while off yet, and perhaps they will come on board at some point. But you do need an amazing amount of money to stage such a wonderful event for all of those very brave people who've done so much for so many others around the world. But what was interesting about this particular story, which I wanted to share with you, was, as I say, they decided, Prince Harry and his team, to very quickly drop over this onto a rival streaming giant, Hulu, of which, of course, they have a deal with Netflix. So how did it pan out? To see you today, and as ever, thank you so much for joining me. By the way, we had a lot of interest in a superstar that recently graced our channel. Yes, Peanut, the cat. I know a lot of people want to know when I'm hiring Peanut for his technical skills on the keyboard. I need them, don't I? Well, the grammar, please tell me I need them. Yes. I know, you can't get any. Oh, goodness. I got Kansas and Missouri the wrong way round the other day, shot down in flames. I mean, you just think, oh, please, It's a busy thing doing this, let me tell you, and we do it when we can. So if there are a few glitches, don't get too concerned. It's not the end of the world, is it? It's a little bit like Harry and Meghan. What I find strange about this particular story is, as I say, they had, when you think about like Spotify, Better Up, all of that thing, they had a golden period where deals were fruitful. People wanted to give them a lot of money. Very quickly, though, in any sphere of show business, and that's what it is, and that's what they're doing now, if you don't deliver the talent, the business, then you have a problem, and that's now the major problem. Now, let me tell you this, that particular streaming interview via Hulu with Prince Harry to promote the Invictus Games next year in Canada, well, it didn't rate well, and I don't say that with glee, delight or whatever. I think people are actually running out the welcome mat for hearing Harry speak, particularly as they just want salacious gossip. As I've said to you before, that's really the deal with Harry and Meghan. They want the fallouts, the fights, the cat fights, whatever, the deals disbanding, that's the gig. Now, obviously, Netflix, had a deal. And I've spoken to someone in the very high level of Netflix, and I said, look, were you annoyed? Were you angry? That sort of thing. Bottom line is, well, they're not really that fussed. Apparently, according to that very well-placed source, and as ever, allegedly, they're fine with it. They're kind of given up. They know that this is going to be a long, laborious process to get any level of work out of Harry and Meghan. It took that long just to get what they really wanted, which was the 6-part streaming docuseries. Anything else they consider to be a bonus. As I've told many people before, I know how television works. And let me tell you, Harry and Meghan have not collected those millions that they thought. You have to deliver the work. So far they haven't. And what's still pending is this deal with the Meet Me at the Lake. Whether that ever comes to fruition remains to be seen. I believe Netflix will carry on with it, but perhaps without the twosome. Either way, Netflix really couldn't give a hula about what Harry did over on a streaming rival giant. Interesting, isn't it? Neil Sean in the very heart of London.